This video is sponsored, of course, by UNice Hair. So UNice hit me up and was like, "Hey, we have a new wig that's coming out. It's called the Precut lace wig." And I'm like, "Well, what is that?" And they like, the lace is already cut for you. All you have to do is pretty much bleach the knots, which we'll get to in a second, and you're done. Now I know a lot of you guys look at that. Look at that beauty. It's already plucked, which is already like we halfway there. The only thing that they have to do at this point is bleach these knots straight out the box, and we're done. And when we get to that, it's done. Okay, so yeah, this is how it looked. It's a 5x5 unit, and then the back is not a mesh cap. It's this type of cap. I forgot what these are called, but I prefer these a lot more because you can put a lot more tracks. Now, I was under the impression that it was going to end up being thin after I straightened it, because this is how it looked after I bleached it. Please excuse the environment, okay? Clearly, we are going through some things. We're moving things around. But it still had like a lot of body to it after I ended up bleaching these knots. So I was like, well, let me go through and see if I can just straighten it out. And because sometimes what'll happen is, you've seen how wavy it was in the beginning. The issue that I've had the most with hair is that when it is body wave, it is almost impossible to straighten and keep straight. So, and a lot of times that comes from the fact that it's not enough hair. Sometimes because body wave, obviously the density, the what am I trying to say? When you curl hair, it makes it look much fuller. So when the hair is straighter, it shows you really how thin it truly is. So for me, I'm like, okay, well, I need to try to figure out if this is going to be thin or not. So I was like, if it's thin, then I'm going to hit him up and tell him that I just want to exchange the unit and I don't want to review this one because it's too thin. Luckily for me, I was pleasantly surprised that it was not crazy thin or anything like that. So I was like, I'm gonna do a middle part, obviously, because it's a 5x5. Now you can use this and make this a side part, just not for me personally with this unit. If I had like maybe like a longer one, then maybe, I don't know. And that's the point of this. It's a pre-cut. So this was already cut when I got it, just like this. It was already plucked. I didn't pluck one hair on this unit, okay? I'm like, I want a bone straight with a little bit of like a natural blowout, if you will, like a natural wrap. I haven't had one in a while because a lot of my hair has been either really coarse or it's been curly. So I was like, well, let's see if this will be the unit, like the go-to unit. We'll see. Because the other one that I have, somebody already called dibs on it on Snapchat. So yes, I'm still using Snapchat. So here is what it looked like when I was straightening it. This is not my best this isn't my best flat iron. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. It's packed somewhere. I don't know where my I think it's my bionic one, the vibrates. That was the one I should have used. So I had to go over this a few times to get it here, but once we got here, we were there. I'm really lazy, so I use big sections. So sometimes it just takes me twice as amount because I'm just, girl, just get the one section and call it a day. That's why the top be so straight, because I get to the top and be like, we want to make sure it's flat though. So I went through it a few times to kind of just see like if it was going to actually do what I want. Because once you get to that back, that nape area, that's going to tell you everything that you need to know. So I ended up doing it, and I was supposed to have did this video like a while ago. So I was on a live with, if y'all was on that live, we were talking, and here I was just going through it with it on my actual head because I wanted to make sure that it looked right in the cut that I did, because I did the cut pretty much off screen. I just trimmed the bottom a little bit, and then I just ran the scissors down the side and called it a day. But here you can really see, and this was like a couple of days after, that it really stayed super straight. And this, I've since washed this wig and it curls back up. So it does give more of a wavy. So if you're going to do all this work, don't wet it unless you have to. Only washed it because it got wet. And I was like, whatever, I can co-wash it and call it a day. But it's really straight. And usually, wavy hair, body wave hair, it does not want to stay straight like this. As you can see here, it looks a little greasy and it was a little crooked. And if you keep seeing this little tan thing, it's because my stocking cap was up in the back. Now, these are their HD stocking caps. I did that off off camera too, but they're the same thing as a regular ball cap method. It's just they're much thinner and they dry much quicker. So you don't have to worry about your all of that spray being on your forehead and being super gunky and thick and you taking forever to dry. So the HD caps I like. If you look at here on the side, it looked really bulky, and that's because I put the straps that are at the sides, they were twisted when I put the wig on. So I had to take it off and then redo it and then put it back on. So because you can take those, the elastic band out, it's not sewn into the wig, which I do like, because if you break it or if it's too tight, you can adjust it. But I didn't put no makeup on this as far as the lace part for my forehead at all. I did my makeup beforehand. It don't look like it, but I did my makeup beforehand. And yeah, it looks gorgeous. I love this wig. This is about to be, I always say this, but this is my go-to, like for real, for real. And then I ended up popping on Instagram and doing a couple of reels. And people were like, oh, you look like Sierra. And I was like, I look like He-Era. But, I had a really good time with this, and UNice Hair, they're listening to their customers, which I really do like because a lot of these companies don't. But listen to me when I say bleach the knots and we in there. That's the only thing you got to do. You've plugged it for us. You've went ahead and cut the lace for us because some people do struggle with cutting their lace. So listen, cut the lace. Go ahead and bleach them knots for us. You done already plugged it and we in there. So I will give this a 9 out of 10 for sure, only because it didn't come bleached. And sometimes depending on the company, it does get a little annoying because everybody's knots aren't the same. Some are more harsh, some are a little bit easier. It just depends. So that's the only thing I would say. But yeah, let me know how y'all feel about this. I'm thinking about giving her away, possibly. I've been giving a lot of hair away, but yeah, how you feel about Hiera? Anyway, I'll catch you on my next one. Bye.
I come around and there's no more smiling. Talking to you's like climbing a